need to get used to this. So today's drink is green tea, steeped for hours in water in the fridge, because usually I'm such a tea person. Like, I'm a granny. I have an actual collection of teas. I usually drink them in the mornings, but when I have to go to work I have to skip the teas. And whenever I buy teas, on the side it's like enjoy hot or cold, or like it shows you a picture of like a glass of ice, and I've never tried it cold. With lemons, because I thought green tea, lemon, love them too together. Anyways, hi, I'm Nana. Today's journal entry number 2. I'm gonna try to keep it as like not condensed, but like as quick as possible, because God, the last video I did, I went off so much. The amount of cuts I did in that video, like, I mean, it was an introduction and a little subject, so kind of like what I'm doing right now. As you may have seen by the title, today's entry is one that I think about a lot, especially when I'm just like, I don't know, staring at a wall or something like this. Oof. Unauthenticity in identities and entertainment. Specifically the entertainment, because I'm sick of having the same stuff shoved down my throat year on year. Like, where's the originality, people? And yes, again, I have planned it out, because it seems like planning out videos actually works for me. So mind your business when I look down. Remember what I put. And today's outfit, not really anything special, because like I said, I just literally finished work and I come home to think to do this, so these are the jeans I wore to work, and then I just threw on this top that I love, and probably everyone's seen me in this top, so that's it. I was going to wear a lace top that I bought yesterday from the charity shop, because it's really, really, really nice, and I wanted to show it, but then I put it on and I felt so hot in it, and especially with today's weather, like, it's actually good, it's actually warm. I'd look like a bloody boiled tomato. I feel like identity, or at least for me, might have been just like me having my confidence boost and whatever. Even as a child, I always had like a strong identity. I was just always too shy, too socially anxious and aware. Like, I'm hyper aware. Like, I'm the most realistic, aware person there is. With anything, money, people, emotions, all of that. Like, I understand it to a T, which does not help. No, not at all. Especially with confidence and self-esteem. Like, you look at me and I'm gonna shrivel up like a grape, raisin. That's the shriveled version. Anyways, but I've always had a strong identity and strong hobbies that determine what I do. And like, if someone saw something, they'd be like, yeah, that's for Nana. Like, that's how strong it was. But I never expressed it, obviously. And that's being out in like the world, and obviously society and the people I was around, especially as a younger child, it just wasn't great. So now that I have that confidence, I have that growth, having my own personal identity, whether it's like the things I watch, the things I listen to, literally my clothes, my accessories, it can be down to the smallest accessory that just represents who I am, and I love it, because it actually makes me feel good. Like, it does make you feel good to show who you are and enjoy the things that you like. Like, it makes you feel good. It's that simple, yet not everyone, but the majority of people are not doing that. And then there's the side where industries are just shoving the same the same media down our throats, where there's no imagination anymore, which is what we're going to get into. Firstly, personal style. As a society, specifically I think with our generation and having that online influence and everything, many people have limited self-expression, and that's for a number of reasons. Like, each country, this is another thing, each country, maybe even down to each county inside those countries, or whatever the version is, they all have their own beauty standards. So it's like everyone's trying so hard, well, not everyone, but the majority is conforming to those standards to be what's accepted socially as beautiful, which is, that's another story. God, it can be for a number of reasons. It can be just genuinely they're scared, like they don't want to feel judged. They can feel like people are going to judge you if you're different to anyone else, or it's just they don't have the money, they don't have the resources. Like, yeah, there's online stores and whatever, but maybe they live remotely where there's one shop in the entire town or something, and it's not even a good one, and then they have to travel miles and miles to the nearest mall or whatever. It could also simply be because of the people they surround themselves with, like their environment, and how they look, how they dress. Because I feel like you tend to, especially as young as you are, you tend to dress how the people around you dress, or the people you look up to dress. And then as you get older, I feel like you just start dressing for comfortability and just for convenience. Yeah, but the people you surround yourself with, especially if they're your friends, and if you dress yourself to represent that group and whatever, those people, for one, should not judge you if that is what you're afraid of. If you cannot express your personal style or wear literally the smallest accessory that can show who you are, they're just not your people at that point. That's when you need to reevaluate and choose whether you stick in that situation or whether you go and focus on yourself and find new people who do make you feel that confidence. Because your clothes should make you feel good at the end of the day. Like, you should be confident in what you wear. That's another thing with micro trends, on trends, like just in general, but specifically micro trends, because it's like every other month there's a new trend. And if you're like the type of person to just see, buy and wear, what are you doing? You're wasting your money and you're not confident. On to the point with microtrends and everything, I feel finding your personal style is so much harder because of influencers and social media. And honestly, I don't even think basing your aesthetic or basing your clothes and what you buy and your shopping choices on an influencer is even good at all. Like, for me as well, like, just don't follow them. Even, yeah, you can follow them to obviously support them. You like watching their videos. At the end of the day, it gives you satisfaction, great. But you do not have to look exactly like them. Maybe there is a couple of things that they show and is you, then you buy it. Like, that's good, that's okay. But to buy, especially following like a certain person or a certain trend or a certain aesthetic, it's honestly pointless, in my view. All of this is my view at the end of the day. And it's even more pointless when all of the influencers look the same. At this point, it's not even an influencer, it's a bloody cult. It's a cult of influencers. Anyone else see that video of the influencer who went to like an influencer event where it was like a meetup or something? I don't know what country this was in. I remember seeing it a long time ago. And she shows a video of what everyone's wearing, and everyone's in jeans, like a jumper, a cardigan, and a trench coat, and it's literally all the same colour palette, and they're all in the exact same thing. And that's like a room of 20 women. And these are the people you're looking up to or getting ideas of. They all look the same. And that's the same with celebrities, and specifically, oh, my lip balm is open. Same with celebrities, and specifically like surgeries and physical aesthetics. like everyone's got modifications to their face now, and if you're going based on that, then you're losing all those features that were you. Now you're gonna have that commercial face because they do all look the same. Like, you can't deny that. Everyone who does it, yes, they look better, and they do not look better, but yes, they look more standard, and maybe they do feel more confident getting it done, and they like it. That does not mean you have to get it, because now all of these people are sharing the same face. That's literally a loss in identity. Maybe just stay away from the influencing of influencers. It doesn't mean you can't just grab the odd 2 or 3, and if you do, surround yourself with an influencer or like a creator that shares your style, that shares who you are as a person. And I say creator because there's some like smaller creators that are actually so good and deserve way more attention than the bigger ones do, because they have that authenticity, they have that identity. But it's a who's who at this point. The interruptions get me every time. Also, whenever I do this, I feel so comfortable in this position, but it really does nothing for the angle. But then when I go back here, it's just so annoying. The style that I'm seeing right now as being the style of our generation, of that age group, specifically in England, this is specific to Britain because each country's on their own, is the Molly May. And she's still making her rounds now since Love Island back in like 2018 or something. Like, that's how big it is. And it's to the point where it's like the stereotypical style now. And I'm not even talking about the clothes, it's like the aesthetics as well, like the, not face, that's each to their own, but like hair, people dyeing their hair to fit the aesthetic, or putting their slick back ponytails. Oh my god, I hate them mostly because I feel like I'd look horrible in it, but like, no. Or like styling their hair how it is, or the fake tan, but then obviously fake tan's another subjective thing. A lot of people do fake tan here, but then I feel like that's just a lack of sun. I, however, do like my skin, and I feel like if I fake tan it will just go horribly wrong, so I just leave that where it is. And then the fashion, the typical, I feel like it's now typical Zara. Like, whenever I think of Molly May, I think of that leather Zara jacket that I've actually seen 15 people wear in the same street. Like, that's how it was. And like the joggers and like the jeans, the trench coat-ish, the blazer combo. Everyone was making their rounds on that, and it's because of the influence of a influencer, of a single person, a single person just made the whole country bend to their will. I'm joking, it wasn't that serious. Another thing is that these influencers who do have that audience, who do have those people that bend to their will, they always end up partnering with like some big fast fashion brand, and then putting their new clothing line out, pushing their agenda, and then these people are buying them up, and then everyone looks the same, and it's a cycle and a cycle and a cycle. The same with trends, it's all a cycle. It's like, when do you get a break? And it's not even a slow cycle. My phone just ran out of storage, like it stopped me. I feel like how a memory card wipes off a YouTuber, even though I don't have a camera at this point, like I'm just here with my phone. But anyways, don't know what I just said, don't know what I was talking about, but let's just get into the last point of aesthetics and whatever. saying that everyone looks basic, saying that everyone dresses that basic stereotypical style does not mean having basics is bad. Like, I'm not telling you to actually stop and throw away everything you own. I'm saying just find your personal style, find even the smallest thing. Like, it can be a bag that you can just take everywhere with you that shows who you are. Your clothes should reflect who you are as a person and what your life is. Like, it should reflect your life. God, I was struggling with that word. I am a lover of basics. I do have my basics. I can use them mostly because of comfortability and convenience. I'm a sucker for comfortability as much as looks. Like, I have to be comfortable, but then looks is quite on par with the whole thing. It's like, to go round to the shop, I'm not gonna put on a whole outfit. I'm just gonna throw my joggers on, call it a day. With a top, obviously. Like, I'm not putting that much effort into it. And then obviously I know there's some stuff does impact the way you dress, like your job, how busy you are, older people, whether they've got mobility issues or you've got a family, like that's all in the same thing. Like, when you're physically busy to the point where you just need to throw on a piece of clothing and call it a day, like, that's perfectly fine. And then if you genuinely are that type of person who fits into the style of everyone else, but you feel confident in it and you actually feel good in it, then keep wearing it. You just happen to look the same as some other people, but at the end of the day, that's you, and it might not be them. They might be the one compromising. So keep doing that. Now, onto the bigger part of this video, which is crazy, and onto the topic that kills my soul, kills my joy, kills my passion: the loss of originality in music. Now, this is a lot to go through because I had a lot to say about this one. Let's get ready to rumble. Anyways, at this point, I feel like the industry, the music industry, labels, I don't know what they're doing. I feel like they're just pumping out sellable people, sellable characters, rather than sellable music. And when I say sellable music, I don't mean like it is a hit on the radio and it's played for 54 weeks. Like, yeah, that is good when you are an artist, but I'm talking about like when they actually have a loyal fan base, when you grow that fan base. Because at the end of the day, I think having a massive, it doesn't even have to be a massive, but having that loyal fan base that comes back to you time and time again is so much better. And it's just, the security is there. Like, you've got that security of people having your back and listening to your music and promoting you. You have that security, rather than having a one-hit wonder being on the radio 24/7, yet nobody else is listening to the rest of your music. It's like, if you go on tour, are you going to sell out a stage? No, because people only know you from one thing. Now, the next thing, this one annoyed me so much, because working in retail, I'm forced to listen to the radio and listen to like commercial music so much. And last year, specifically last year, but like going into this year as well, what was the problem with everyone remixing old songs? And I'm talking like actually remixing it into their own song and everything, and it's like not even a nice little sample or something, like it's just the whole motif, like a really known motif, just all the way through. And then most of the time the melody of the singer is actually the exact same as the original song as well. All they've done is change the lyrics and added like a drum line underneath, and you're calling that a new song? Like, one, where's the effort, and two, they're taking it from songs that are like really known and should just be kept alone because the songs are good as is. Can we leave the music alone? Unless it's like a really well done sample. Like, that's what I'm saying. I love a little sample and everything. Example for this, example, the last year I heard this so much on the radio, and it was the Gangster's Paradise, like okay, that was honestly crap, but it was sped up, and I do know what Gangster's Paradise sounds like, I promise. But it was Gangster's Paradise, and it was remixed by I don't know who was singing it as a girl, but it turned into a song about cheating. Not only was the remix crap and it got on my head, something with the purpose of a Gangster's Paradise is now turned into a song about cheating, which I think that's crazy, but you know, the radio's got a radio somehow. So that was just horrible, and I really hope it stops. Like, can people just go back to creating their own tunes, please? Creating your own production, please. Or like a really, really good sample. The queen of samples, Pink Pantheress. Take notes from her or something, because sometimes she samples and you don't even know it. You don't. The next thing, and I think the main thing, is people imitating artists. Specifically artists who are really, 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 really popular and still around. It's like Lana Del Rey. Big one. Yes, a lot of people have taken inspiration for her, including celebrities themselves. Yes, everyone knows she created this whole genre and she is the mother or whatever. However, some people take it so far to actually copying her style, the instrumental, and like the writing. I think having taken inspiration from someone is one thing. Like, inspiration is really, really good. It's great, honestly, and it can help with the process very, like, a lot. Like, it can really help with the process and those ideas. However, copying someone's exact sound and copying the lyric style is crazy. This is like a problem that is mainly shown through TikTok, because you've got these TikTok musicians or people on TikTok promoting their music because they're independent and they sound exactly like an artist who is already established. I used to see a lot of TikToks with people promoting their songs and it sounds exactly like Chase Atlantic or The Weeknd, and sometimes they do that literally just for promotion, like it's marketing, and they play into it and they know like they're getting people drawn in, like it's that. And then when you go to listen to the actual music, it's like a bit different and it is actually okay. That's fine, creative marketing, whatever. But it's when they're using it so much and it's over and over again, and you look at all of their songs, all of their discography, and it's all the same. And it's not only all the same, it's somebody else's sound. It's like, at that point, you're just here to grab a quick bag. You're not here to put your music out, you're not here to put your art out. And if you are and you're in that section, then just reevaluate yourself. And also this year, I don't know why, but I've heard like 5 different songs being put out and it's all the same country song over and over again. Where has the country come from? Not saying it's bad, but like, where has it come from and why is it all over the radios? And also, what I'm saying, all of this, I feel like is mostly effective for the radios and like TikTok artists and whatever. Inspiration is amazing, keep on doing that. Imitation is where we draw the line. It's like, imitation does not get you far. It's a short-term praise, honestly. Like, that's what it is. You're making a song that sounds exactly like someone else, and then you're getting those people who listen to your song, but then they realise after you put out the second song that it's the exact same, the third, the fourth, the fifth, they realise, yeah, this is boring, I'm just going to go back to the original person, because no one can ever do better than the original, that is true. And then you're seeing your numbers go down and down and down and down, and people are not listening to you. It's not a long-term solution, imitation. So just find your style. Some examples of some good and bad artists or whatever. Not good and bad, not as in, this isn't as in like their talent aspect, like they can be a great singer but then they can sound exactly like someone else. And when I say sound, I'm not talking about just their voice, I'm talking about like the lyrics, the composition, the actual production, the instruments chosen. It's like all of that, it sounds exactly like someone else. And also, I don't actually know some of these people. This is what I've heard from work and the radio. Like recently there was a song that sounds exactly like, I'm talking borderline suing of a Bruno Mars song. I can't remember which one it was. It's like I Was Your Man or something. I don't know, but there's a song that sounds exactly like him, and the person's voice and the melody line, the main melody line, is exactly the same as Bruno Mars's song. And he must have got out of it somehow, because I'm not saying how there's not a lawsuit at his doorstep, but I would hear that so much at work, and it would actually drive my head in. And like, it sounded so like him to the point where I actually heard other customers, like some customers was like, oh, I thought this is Bruno Mars, or like, oh, it sounds very close, like saying like that, like they know something's up. That's how like close it was. Another example of a, why have I just blanked? Who was I thinking of? Some good examples of having their own style, having their own personality show through their music is one, Chapel Roan, obviously, because when she put out her song, and I've blanked again. Anyway, you know, the one that like made her go viral, or it just one day it just blew up on the radio or whatever. It's not Pink Pony Girl, it's not the back seat one or front seat one, it's the other one, like the main one. Honestly, I don't remember, but that one, nobody around was doing that style. Like I feel like she brought back that really powerhouse voice, and like some like 80s elements, but like it's not like 80s synth. Oh, it kind of is synth, but it's not like specifically like that. Like she just have like tinges in her music, and maybe that's a reflection of her actual aesthetic or whatever, but like she's brought something old back in music. And around that time was when like Sabrina Carpenter was a massive hit and everyone was sounding like her, so like it was really fresh to see somebody new come out, especially someone unknown. I honestly think unknown artists, like rising artists, are so much better. Personalities, controversial, don't care about that, but like as an artist, when you're unknown and independent, is so much better. Well, I was dying right there. It's like you actually see the rawness, you see the improvement, and you can tell they actually want to have this job. Another artist that I never really liked, like I wasn't really a proper yeah, let's listen to her. I'm not now, but I really do like her style, is Tate McRae. She is a prime example of like influence and having aspects of a genre make your sound. When I say copying is bad and everything and we shouldn't copy and whatever and blah blah blah, like I understand there's some factors where stuff is gonna sound really similar, and that's being in a genre. It's like being in genre is all similar sound, similar instruments. It's like people in the rock genre, they're gonna have similar sounding songs because they're in that genre. And it's even more so with like genres with a smaller range, like country. Like everyone in country's gonna sound the same because it's country. Like you're gonna have to use the same instruments, production, composition to make those sounds, and that's what she does great because of her little 2000s genre that she's currently picked up on and thought, yeah, let's bring that back. Takes inspiration from Britney Spears. I feel like that's what I see in her, which is not copying. You see that it's not copying, but it is similar, but it's needed to execute that aesthetic perfectly, and it's what's making her grow and what's giving her the views and the numbers and whatever, and she does fit it. Also her voice is very unique and everything. That probably gives her like a leverage up, so like to the point where she doesn't sound exactly the same as everyone else. What happened there? I dropped my phone. Anyways, back to the thing. Yeah, so Tate McRae is doing a great thing at the moment, reviving the 2000s and whatever. Because obviously Pink Panthers revived the 2000s, but they're like in two different genres of the 2000s. She's like R&B poppy genre, and then Pink Panthers is UK garage, like, I don't know, whatever genre. She's a bit of a cray-cray one. Another great example of uniqueness. And when Pink Panthers started, oh my god, the amount of copycats that came out of that was wild. Suddenly everyone's on the train. But yeah, genres is going to be close, but you still have that authenticity, you still have that originality. Maybe not the originality, but like you still have that identity. You see here? Now onto originality. I find it's so hard to find originality in artists, specifically new artists. Like I love finding a new artist, and I'm not one to gatekeep, but then like I also, it does feel bittersweet when they do explode and get the fans in the world and they do start growing. But it's great for them, and it's great for music because it's giving, like, on a spectrum, it's widening the range of music that is popular right now, rather than keeping it to this one thing. Which, another thing is, I think we need to stop the whole awards and whatever, and just like the whole not hierarchy, but the whole success of radio hits. But that's not representing the public's music and the public's choices. Because that one time that ABCD song from TikTok that was trending on TikTok years ago went on to get nominated at the Grammys. What the hell was that? I've never heard anyone in my life willingly listen to that song. It's just shops, commercial shops and radio hits, but then they're playing it over and over again. Like, this is not, I don't think there's a fairness in that, basically, is what I'm trying to say. There's like a grey area there where something's not right. But anyways, on that, and on the whole ABCDEFU song being nominated, that's a mouthful. Not even a mouthful, but it's just funny. Being nominated at the Grammys is trends, specifically like TikTok and everything. And when millions of people join in on that trend and whatever, and then it gets the song attention, and then the song goes onto radios and so on and so forth. But what about the other music? It's literally just that one song that people are looking at, and then the artist, or the other discography, no one else is listening to it. No one's even listening to the song fully, because it's a trend, and because it's not what they like. It's not their style. They're just here for the fun, here for the vibes. Like, Why is it all built on that? But then that's TikTok, and that's the truth of TikTok is like, can we just agree, please? Can we just agree to stop making trendy songs on TikTok? Climb up in the ranks, please. And I feel like it really is a small pool of TikTok people that are like trying to actually disconnect from that influencer image and actually try and grow into being an artist. But there's not very few of them, honestly. And Addison's new song, The Headphones, and like her whole putting it out there, is like 100% a level up from the first song she ever released. That was, God, girl, don't even talk about that song. I don't think it is 100% my style. Like it probably would go into my playlist somewhere, but I feel like she's really on the borderline of. I was thinking she's on the borderline of copying and inspiration, but I feel like it is mostly inspiration. I will give her that. I think it is mostly inspiration. Like, and this is only one song. This is what I'm saying. You cannot base an artist off of one song you've heard. But she very much gives like a marriage of Billie Eilish and Charli XCX, and like just little bits of other artists. Billie Eilish, I feel like it's mostly the instrumentals of that song and how they put it together. I feel like that sounds very Billie and very hit me hard and stuff. And then the lyrics of the voice gives me very Charli, but I think that's because she's actually influenced by her, and obviously they are around each other and everything. But I feel like it's a good start. It's a better start. I think that it's today done, because my phone is screaming for help. Keeps telling me you've got no storage. Got no storage. God help me. Do I have to buy a camera? Do I have to? But I don't know if I'm gonna do this seriously. This is the problem. Anyway, my phone's screaming for help. My voice kind of hurts because I've been at work and I just spoke for so long, and that went on for way longer than I actually anticipated. But then again, it is such a big topic, and I 100% did not touch on everything out there. And I didn't even touch on like the movie industry and the entertainment and the series is like, that's a whole different thing. And basically just all the tropes, everything all the same, recycled. If we're gonna recycle stuff, can we bring back 2000s indie teenage movies, because that is great. I think my sister's waiting to come in the room. So, thank you for watching. Stick around. See you soon. My voice really hurts. And goodbye.